Hello and welcome to For Indoor Sports. We're going to do a very quick informal walk through the premises just to give you a flavour of what to expect when you come back into the building for curling. When you arrive in the car park, put your mask on just as soon as you come out of the car. Leave any belongings that you don't need, only take the minimum, such as your curling equipment and your brush, and come pre-dressed for curling, as you can see. And also we'd ask you not to arrive more than 30 minutes before your game time, please, just so we don't have a build up in the hall. As I say, leave everything you don't need in the car and be dressed ready for curling. With your mask on, we can now enter the building. And as you can see, we have two entrances here, a way in and a way out. Simple as that, entrance and exit. And as we go up, we go into the hall, you'll see that we've created a nice COVID station as you come in, where we'll ask everybody to disinfect their hands and give them a good rub. Take your temperature as quick as that. I'm 36.2, as you can see. We also have track and trace here, but we have more track and trace inside the hall, so we'd ask you to don't block the hallway, come inside and you'll see how we're doing track and trace in there. Important items here: clean your hands, take your temperature. If you are exceeding 37.5, 38 degrees around there, well then you have a high temperature, and we'd ask you to try again. If it's still high, well then you probably really shouldn't be coming in the building and get yourself checked out. But assuming all okay, we now enter the lounge. As you can see, curling to the left, bowling to the right. You'll also see on the notices that the changing rooms are closed, and they will remain closed for the time being. So we have created designated areas where you'll be able to change your shoes. Come in and you'll look at the TV. I don't have it on just now, but you'll look at the TV screen. You'll see what rink you're playing on, and depending whether you're on A, B, C or D, if you'd like to pan to the station, Stephen, to show the places. A, B, C or D, go straight to your designated area, follow in the directional arrows on the floors to where you're heading, and we'll assume that I'm playing on rink A, so we'll go down to rink A and take a seat and change your shoes. Here there'll be plenty of time for everybody to do what's required. As I say, we'll have rink forums. It's very important that one person in each rink's nominated to fill this in and give us as much detail as possible on the forum. I'll explain why in a second. On here you'll see the QR code, which if you have a mobile phone with a camera, you just simply point your camera at it. You don't have to take a picture, you don't have to download an app. Take that in. The first time I'll ask you to put in your name, email and phone number. After that it won't ask you, but then it'll record you in the building. So that QR code is important for track and trace, so we know who's in the building. On your rink payment forums, that's important that we have a phone number on there for each player, so we know who your field of play is, because everything's all about the field of play. When you're in your field of play bubble here at the rink, if you want to pay by card, please go up to the bar and pay by card, and bring the receipt that the girls will give you back to the table to go into your envelope as you normally would, together with any cash that if anybody's paying for cash. Put it in the envelope, seal up the envelope, and then take a seat until you're actually called into the rink. The ice team will come through the door and call you into the rink, rink by rink. So if we pick up all our curling equipment, we're taking it down to the ice rink, and we'll head down. We'll just head into the entrance hall and down, and then I'll come through. So the ice teams come in and ask you, rink A, please come onto the ice, and we do it rink by rink. So as we actually come onto the ice rink, as rink A, we'll go right to the very end. So there's as little crossover as we can possibly have. And as I say, we'll take our curling equipment with us. Plenty of space to leave bags and such like here. We'll also, but at this point, you'll place your envelope with the money and the credit card slips on the pedestals for the ice team to collect later. Once on the ice, as your field of play bubble, the two teams are playing on Rink A, please don't congregate on the walkway, go straight onto the ice and stand with decent social distancing on the ice. You will, no shake of hands please, I think you all know that by now. Just a simple acknowledgement to your opposition, wish them a good game. We also won't be tossing coins. There are a few suggestions, such as rock, stones, paper, or indeed guess which hand the coin's in, which doesn't necessitate any touching of any other individual or the coin. So if that's taken care of, we can accommodate that. Then walking down the ice, if we just walk down the ice, I'll point out a few things to you. You'll notice that keep hands and knees off the ice. That's perhaps more important this year than any year, as the main contact or potential contact area for COVID is obviously the ice, but keeping hands and knees off will certainly help. We also have a clean hands count, and I would seriously recommend anybody carry one of these. They're very, very handy. As soon as you've thrown your stone, you can very simply just spray, clean your hands, and that's it done. That saves passing on. And we will actually have these available for curlers to purchase if they wish. It's on your belt, cleaning your hands frequently through the game, or indeed at any of the cleaning stations that are dotted around the rink. Please feel free to use them. While I'm here, I will mention just a couple of things, that if using the curling equipment, the measuring equipment, there's wipes. Please wipe down the measuring equipment after every single time they're used. Putting the wipe in the bin and hanging the measuring equipment up again so it's nice and clean for the next person coming along. Also, if we look back towards the entrance, you'll see an urn there where we'll have nice clean brushes, which will be cleaned for every single session. So if you require a club brush, take it from there. They will be cleaned before the session. And again, just while we're here, when you're leaving the rink, put your brush in the used brushes urn so that our ice team, while you're playing, can take them away and clean them to be transferred back into the clean brushes for the next session. Also, just while I'm here, when you're coming off, please place the yellow scorecards in this box for the ice rink to record scores on our web page and everything else. We're always asked for scores nowadays, so please put them in there. Again, while on scoring, one person in the rink should be nominated to complete both scorecards, the white and the yellow scorecard, using their own pen and looking after the scores. So the white card you can take away with you for your club records, the yellow card in the box for ice rink records. I hope that's quite clear. Walking down towards the other end, you can hopefully see a few of the logos on the ice. We have a special tribute to the NHS and key workers, which we're delighted to do. Not just NHS, but obviously all our shop and agricultural workers who are helping us get through this. So a big thank you to them on the ice, which I think looks great. We also have our social distancing spots, which are obviously spread out around the rink, allowing plenty of room for social distancing, both across rinks and up and down rinks. What I will also say at this stage is that Rink A and Rink C will start from the lounge end, and Rink B and Rink D will start from the mirror end. So again, we're trying to spread out players as much as we possibly can. Looking back down the ice towards the scoreboards, we'll ask the skips to look after the scoreboards. There'll be sets of numbers as they normally are, but they will be taken away after every session and a clean, fresh set put in for the next session, with the old ones being taken away, cleaned, ready for the next session. So they're safe to use, and as long as only one person is touching them to do the scoring, that'll obviously keep us nice and safe there as well. Again, down in the bottom corner, we have the curling measures and curling equipment, all also more dispensers for people cleaning their hands, and again there'll be wipe down stations there for people to be able to wipe down the curling equipment. I think most people will have seen the playing side of the game. We're not going to cover that off today because we don't have 8 players here to do that, and I'll be more than happy to do another video on that once we have everybody back curling. But I would refer you to the Scottish Curling Return to Rinks document that's on their website for any reference as to the actual rules of playing. And again, at our COVID officers meeting, I'll be able to expand on that in a lot more detail tomorrow, actually, Sunday. Once you've played your game, again, no shaking of hands, a simple acknowledgement, thank you for the game, winners or losers. Obviously curling's always a very sporting game, so acknowledge your players, and then as quickly as possible please, vacate the ice rink 1 rink at a time, and this is quite important again, so we ensure our field of play bubbles as best we can. So 1 rink at a time. The first rink that's completed their game to exit via the Strathmore Lounge. We see we have exit signs on the footway. At this point now you've stopped curling, you should put your mask back on because you're now entering the public area, so masks should be back on. And if we go into the Strathmore Lounge, again social distancing, where social distancing to change your shoes, you'll be bringing your curling equipment with you. Social distancing to change your shoes, and then once you've changed, don't hang around in here please, because there will be other rinks waiting to come in as soon as you are finished. So change your shoes and we exit through the Strathmore Lounge, exiting this way. If you require the facilities, we'll go straight into the toilets. Again, back up the hallway. This is one area where we could have potential congestion, so please, as you would when you're going into a supermarket or anywhere else, if you see somebody coming towards you, stand back, or if it's clear, move forward. If you're leaving the building and not staying for a refreshment, just straight out the exit, down the exit corridor as we've clearly identified. Or if you're staying for a refreshment, we'll go straight into the cafe bar. You can place your order at the bar where there will be staff on, place your order and then go straight through to the cafe bar. Again, through walkways, use common sense, avoid close contact. If you see somebody coming towards you, stand back, let them through. If it's clear, go forward. And here in the cafe bar, we're set up for the current regulations, a maximum table of 2, and the girls will bring your refreshments through to you, so you can still join a tea or coffee. Under current regulations, that's only up till 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock, we won't be selling any refreshments or food or snacks or anything until the guidance or the regulation changes. So for immediately opening the games in the evening, we won't be providing catering services. As I'm sure you can imagine, it's disappointing as the social aspects of the game is as important as the playing side. But right just now, we all want to keep everybody safe and work to the rules. Once you finish your refreshments, exit the cafe bar, as I said, avoiding close contact, and then just straight out to the building. I hope that gives a flavour, and I'm sure I've missed many points as we're just keen to get a clear indication to everybody. Once you're out of the building, you can then go to your phone, and on the internet page that's been opened for your track and trace, you can now log out and say you're out of the building. If you forget about it until you get home, don't worry, just log out when you get home and you will see that it allows you to log out. One point on the track and trace is simply that the data is only stored for 21 days. It's not used in any other manner. It's purely used for the purposes of track and trace for COVID. After 21 days, that data is deleted. It's no longer retained for data protection purposes, obviously. Okay, I think that'll probably do us. I'll be more than happy to address any questions. I can always be contacted at mike@fis.scot. but I hope that gives you a flavour and also an insight into the volume of work that has gone into being ready so that everybody can return in a safe, healthy, clean manner, but also, as importantly, enjoy their curling. Thank you.